Cameron from CBM Reviews here, and I just wanted to say I hope you guys had a happy holidays. I know we sure did over at our household. My kids, they opened up all the presents, they cleared out every single gift under the tree. Except for one, apparently. Let's go check it out. This isn't for anybody that lives here, but I think we gotta open it. Oh. Well, I started to open this thing up, and I found an envelope. It's an invoice from Fox to Disney for the sum of $52.4 billion. So if you hadn't heard, Disney bought out Fox Entertainment for $52 billion on December the 14th. And with that acquisition, they got FX, National Geographic, but they also got X-Men, Fantastic Four, Deadpool, and The Simpsons. I'm going to give you my top 5 reasons why I'm hyped about the Fox acquisition by Disney. So let's see what Fox sent Disney. Let's see, we've got a Juggernaut, and we've got a Magneto. You know, I remember these two characters from Marvel superheroes. And you know what? I think that's my number 5 reason why I'm happy that Disney now controls some of the Fox characters. I want to see some X-Men back in the fighting games. Just in case you weren't aware, Capcom's been making Marvel fighting games since the mid-90s. It started off with X-Men Children of the Atom, then it branched off to Marvel superheroes, and then one of my favorite, X-Men vs. Street Fighter. There were a few other entries in between that and the Marvel vs. Capcom series, and they had Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and Marvel vs. Capcom 3. All those games prominently featured X-Men characters. And then comes Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. It was the very first Marvel vs. game that they wanted to solely focus on the cinematic universe characters, which omitted all the Fantastic Four characters and all the X-Men characters. Now, with this acquisition, we could possibly see some X-Men characters as DLC. You gotta be honest, it doesn't quite feel like a Marvel vs. game without Wolverine in it. These characters aren't functions, these are characters. We love the characters for who they are, the personality that they exhibit. So yeah, this is actually a really good sign for us to get those classic characters that we want. Because let's be honest, we all want to see Wolverine. We all want to see Doctor Doom. We all want to see Sentinel and Magneto. And Justin Wong wants to see Storm. Let's see what else is in here. Let's see. We've got a Gambit here. You know, I remember the first time I ever even heard of the character Gambit was in the X-Men animated series. I think that's my number 4 reason. A return to some cartoon glory. Back in the 90s, yep, we're going back to the 90s again. Fox Kids had a great cartoon with X-Men, the animated series. They followed it up with Spider-Man, the animated series, but we're not going to talk about Spider-Man. We're talking about Marvel's Merry Mutants here. It was a wonderful cartoon that was a throwback to Chris Claremont's storylines from back in the 70s. Told all the great stories, modified it a little bit so it'd be suitable for kids, and it was wonderful. I didn't know anything about the X-Men before this cartoon came out, and then when this cartoon came out, I was sold. So now, Disney has a chance to do the same thing with these characters that they just acquired. They have a channel just for cartoons, so why not utilize it? Why not bring in some X-Men? You could even bring in a Fantastic Four cartoon. And if it's anywhere near as good as Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, then I am sold. I'll definitely be watching this. Give us some X-Men cartoons, Disney. Well, let's see what else we got in here. Oh man, we've got an awesome thing and some more Fantastic Four characters. You know, I am looking forward to see what Disney does with the Fantastic Four. We have yet to see a great Fantastic Four movie. They've had some outings, some more successful than others. Now, the first Fantastic Four by Tim Story was actually pretty decent, but it just wasn't quite there for all audiences. And we need one that's going to rally around Marvel's first family. I mean, the Fantastic Four started it all, so they deserve more than what they've been getting lately, especially with that last movie, which I don't really feel like talking about. This is a no-brainer. Give us a great Fantastic Four, because, let's be honest, we've been waiting long enough. We deserve it. Well, we're running out of stuff in here, but I see something interesting. We've got a little Dr. Doom. Let's make Doom great again. One of the greatest Marvel villains of all time is Dr. Doom, and we have yet to see the full potential of the leader of Latveria. We have seen, technically, 3 versions of Dr. Doom in movies. One in an unreleased film, one in Tim Stories, and then the one we don't talk about. I want to see a Doom that doesn't show up in a Fantastic Four movie. I want to see a Doom that has the Avengers having to team up to take this guy down. Because make no mistake, Dr. Doom is formidable. With the technical capabilities of Tony Stark and the ingenuity of Reed Richards, this is a guy you don't want to mess with. He is the quintessential Marvel apex villain, and it's about time, just like I said with the Fantastic Four, that he gets his due diligence. I don't want to see Victor Von Doom as some business guy, and I certainly don't want him to be Victor Van Dam. Give me the ruler of Latveria, Victor Von Doom. So let's see, we've got a Colossus, we've got a Deadpool here, and there's not much else. But I've got all these great characters around me. It's time to utilize all of them with what they already have. Let's make some amazing crossover movies. Some of my most favorite events in Marvel Comics are when the X-Men and the Avengers and the Fantastic Four and other teams like even the Inhumans and the Defenders and whoever else is lying around come together to fight this giant threat. And with these two teams that are now under the Marvel Disney umbrella, we get a chance to see some unique situations with characters that we weren't able to mess with before. We can now do some experimentation to see how House of M would go along. We've got even more characters to see Skrulls as if we decide to do a secret invasion. But what I think I may be most excited for is that if they decide to do another Avengers film and include some of the other characters, we could have a new Avengers. And that is very exciting, to change up the roster but include some of the fan favorites that everybody's been waiting for. Another thing that's awesome is that you get character interactions that you normally wouldn't get before. You can have Wolverine and Captain America talking about old war stories, or you could have a Wolverine and Hulk fight, which you couldn't have been able to do before in the movies. You could have some interaction between the Human Torch and Spider-Man. And let's not forget the Avengers versus X-Men story. Of course, they're not going to make it about what they made it about in the comics, but they could still find a good reason to do it. Oh, and it would be marvelous. I want to know what you guys think. Was there something that I missed that you're excited about? If so, put it down in the comment section. I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And if you like what you saw, hit the like button and share it with all of your friends. I would love for them to see what you enjoyed as well. As always, this is Cameron with CBM Reviews. We'll see you next time.